Welcome to the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast with host Jacqueline Burke. On today's special feature, we will be discussing menopause with our special guest, Kia Summerlee.
Welcome to the podcast, Kia. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, good. Well, first I'm going to introduce you as my daughter, and you are going to give our listeners your perspective of what it's like to go through menopause with me.
Okay.
Okay? So, what has your experience been so far with your mom?
Oh, just learning how to recognize what's a menopausal symptom and um how to go through it with you.
Okay. What are some of the symptoms that you've seen me go through?
Hot flashes. Um, you often feel like your teeth are floating and you have prickly skin. Um, you mostly laugh through your symptoms, which is how I always know that it's coming from that.
Um, do you see me getting moody?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So what are those signs like for you? Do you feel like running or do you feel like hanging in there?
No, not always. I just have learned to kind of recognize it and just let it happen.
Yeah. So what kind of advice would you give to somebody who is having a hard time with their mom going through menopause?
Just to have patience,
Yeah.
a lot of it, because it's something that we all go through at one point in our lives and take notes,
Yeah.
as you always tell me,
Yeah.
because even though all symptoms are different, um, it's still probably something that I will go through when I'm older, and
Yeah.
just to listen, learn, and have some patience and hug your mother.
Yeah. Yeah, quite often we don't get enough compassion or empathy going through it because people don't know how to take to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what else can you speak to about menopause, like for me, like
Um,
watching me, like do you see me struggling? Do you see me like confused with brain fog?
Well, the one thing overall that I've learned with it is the practice of slowing down and not rushing.
Hmm.
Um, it's a lesson that a lot of people can learn that if you go through something too quickly, and especially when you're going through those kind of symptoms like brain fog or overwhelm or hot flashes, it's just not good. Um, Slowing down helps to make sure that you're like whatever you're working on, or if you're talking to somebody or what have you, it's always beneficial and you don't run into any problems or misunderstandings,
Yeah,
especially like when you're communicating with somebody.
yeah,
And then allowing them the patience too, if it takes them a little longer to get there, or for you, just let me land the plane, you always say.
yeah,
So um let other people do that, and yeah.
yeah. It's difficult. Like today's world, it's a lot of people do rush, right? Like there's not much time in the day, it seems, anymore to get things done. And when you're busy, it's hard to keep that pace slower
Hmm.
than what you're used to. I do find that when I am rushed, I that's an instant hot flash.
Hmm.
You know, when I'm sitting there and I'm working at my own pace, then I'm okay. But
Hmm.
if I get added um, pressure or added work or and has to be done now, then
Hmm.
I find that's an instant hot flash and floating
Yeah.
teeth and
You get
everything else.
overwhelmed.
Get overwhelmed. Um, yeah. zero patience.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing matters. Like
Yeah.
that's the defense mechanism to get through it. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, screw it. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And even though that's a temporary thought, it happens because it helps to just calm those hot flashes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find I have a different opinion every now and then?
A different opinion?
Yeah. Compared to before.
Well, it's like the give a F a meter
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it. Changes drastically.
Yeah.
I've even seen some videos on TikTok. This one woman started a We Don't Care club
Yeah.
for those who are in perimenopause and menopause. And she always has a meeting about the things we do not care about anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess you're um, like when we're younger, we feel like everyone's opinion matters,
Right.
and it matters like, oh, are they gonna like me or are they gonna like this or blah blah blah. And then when you're in menopause or even as you just get older, it's like who cares?
Yeah.
Like
F
you're
it.
just living your life and that's all there is to it. And menopause plays a big part in that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it can come across like, I guess I don't care, but that's not it. Like I care wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because of the patience. It's like, yeah, I can deal with this another day.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is, I remember when my aunt said to me, what doesn't get done today will get done tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that stems from menopause
Yeah.
because that's the mindset that you take. Like nothing is urgent, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it can wait.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like all the Golden Girls except for Blanche wrapped up into one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
But
there's a little bit of them all.
yeah, a little bit of them all, that's for sure. Um, so how can you explain like the interaction within the family dynamic?
Like how we all interact with you.
Yeah, or how, yeah, like any changes in our dynamics because of menopause.
I think we go with the flow a lot more
Yeah,
than we used to. We don't take things so seriously either.
yeah,
Like something that might have been an argument isn't anymore.
yeah,
Um, it's not like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just a little easier, I guess, what to talk to everyone because we know like even if it's just not about menopause, like I think all of our moods have changed for the
yeah,
better in that regard.
yeah.
With the sense of having to have a bit more patience and slowing down, it really changes how you communicate with people.
Hmm.
You have more more ability to listen,
Yeah,
to not constantly cut people off or to try to get your word in, like especially with some members of our family, it's hard to, get a word in edgewise because everyone's got something to say and everyone wants to say it at once. So it kind of created that level of patience to
right.
be able to say what we need to say without um, interrupting or getting on each other's nerves or whatever. Like I think that's been a major improvement over the years.
Yeah. Do you find that by me being honest about my symptoms has helped?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I think so. I mean, you don't want to leave people in the dark.
right.
As much as you're trying to figure it out yourself, it's helpful to share it with others too. So
Yeah.
that way there's no confusion and no misunderstandings. The more you can communicate the best way you can, the better.
Yeah. Yeah. Being
So,
open and honest.
mhm. So people kind of know that, hey, this is coming from a place of that
Yeah.
instead of a place of something else.
Right. So what are you? Are you in perimenopause yet? Or sorry, yeah, premenopause yet, dear?
I have no idea. It's a possibility. I don't know. I doubt it, but it's probably coming, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
I think sometimes you get sympathy pains for me.
Yeah, that's for sure. And well, I mean, PMS symptoms are quite, in some cases, similar. I've had wild PMS symptoms for years now until recently, like maybe in the last year, that I've actually finally been able to find things to help myself with that. But I do definitely know all about the mood swings and the um, blowing up out of nowhere and not really knowing why you did.
Yeah.
Um, only to figure out later, like, oh yeah, I'm kind of, due. So sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just kidding.
That's funny. So how do you think now we refer to my husband as Big Daddy, so how do you think he's been handling this whole change?
Um, Honestly, I think because he has a long fuse, like he's had already kind of had that capability of not letting things get to him
Yeah,
so much. So I think that's helped him in that, especially like not just dealing with you, but dealing with me too,
yeah,
because of those wild symptoms of mine. So I think he's just kind of figured out how to pinpoint like when those things are happening and when they aren't, and he doesn't react, so doesn't really
yeah,
react to anything. He's pretty easygoing. So
yeah,
I think just having that quality and that capability is like, especially for men, just to kind of, you know, let it go in a way. Like you can still have conversations with your partner or even your daughter or whoever,
yeah,
but with the understanding that like we can't always control it
yeah,
either. It can really come out of nowhere before you even had a chance to think about it. So in his case, he just kind of lets it happen
yeah,
and um, loves you through it.
yeah, yeah. That's important
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, it's nothing we can, like we're not at fault for.
Hmm.
Like we can't help what's happening. It just happens.
Hmm.
Um, but one thing I'm grateful for is, like I know at the very beginning when I started menopause, like he thought humor would work. So
Hmm.
he would call it mental pause.
Yeah.
And I think when I would start forming fists is when he stopped doing
Like the red flag.
yeah. Not that I would hit him. It was just that was my
Like a
trying
tell.
to control my reaction. My
Hmm.
fist would clench
Yeah.
and yeah, he soon stopped. So I guess he took it a little bit more seriously after that. So
Hmm.
yeah, that was an experience. I mean, I understand men because they don't know what's going on and they can't feel the same symptom
Hmm.
that it's hard for them.
Yeah.
Oh, like, what do I do? Do I crack a joke or do I, offer a hug or do I just leave the house and
Hmm.
go for a drive or what do I do?
Yeah.
So it can get a little confusing, but I think at the end of the day, if you just kind of like what he does, he just sits back and observes
Yeah.
and, you know, he does show empathy and compassion, when it's a doozer of a hot flash,
Hmm.
that's for sure. But yeah, it's a tough ride for everybody.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think with him too, like because he always likes to fix things,
Yeah,
some things can't always be fixed, so it's a matter of letting go of that part too. Like
yeah,
there are things we can do to help ourselves, but sometimes you just can't.
yeah,
And, letting go of that need to, you know, fix it or be a hero or whatever,
right.
it helps too.
Yeah. Well, in all of our podcast episodes, Kia, we like to talk about gratitude as well.
Hmm.
So I appreciate you sharing everything about your experience with mom.
Yeah,
So, we're going to just spend a couple moments on gratitude.
sure.
So, what is one thing you're truly grateful for right now?
Oh, well, I'm always grateful for my family and um, everything that we've, been through together. And um, we always help each other and talk to each other and
Yeah,
support each other. And so I'm always grateful for that.
me
Um,
too.
Grateful for our cat.
Yeah, Miss Kitty.
Yeah, she's our little joy.
Yeah,
Um, I'm grateful for every experience that I've had in my life, good and bad.
yeah,
They always end up shaping who you are. And um, so you always got to show gratitude for that too.
yeah, that's for sure.
Um, I'm grateful for my grandparents, so your parents.
Yeah,
um, miss them every day,
yeah,
but they're always shared what they could in the way they knew how.
that's right. Yeah, that,
And yeah, just extremely grateful for everything.
that's good, dear. Um, so what makes you feel hopeful and optimistic about um the future of our country and the gratitude area? Do you think people will learn to show more gratitude or do more acts of kindness, or do you think they're gonna adjust that way? Or do you think it'll be like kind of
Well,
the same as what it's been like for a bit here?
I mean, that's kind of a loaded question
Yeah,
because um, there's so many moving parts in our country right now,
yeah,
um, that honestly, like, you can't even predict what can happen or what's going to happen. As in, having faith in humanity, I do, um, in certain ways, like that we can, at the end of the day, come together and help each other,
mm-hmm,
be supportive of each other. But I do think it is still kind of a ways out.
yeah,
I still feel like in certain areas of the country, there is still a lot of anger
yeah,
and a lot of mistrust. And, but those of us out here that are trying to bring light and positivity out there, like we need to keep going,
yeah,
in order to help those that struggle with that
yeah,
and struggle to even, try to find anything good.
yeah,
Because there are a lot of people out there that can't. Um, but I do think eventually, if everyone gets their shoit together, then
yeah,
maybe there will be a lot more gratitude and love and compassion out there. And it's out there. I'm not saying it's not, but
yeah,
um, yeah, I think there's just still a lot of chaos that we're trying to wade through at the moment.
yeah,
Very
yeah,
chaotic.
yeah. I guess if we just focus on, being there for one person at a time,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah,
hopefully they will do the same, you know,
yeah. Let
and
it grow.
yeah, still find that it's
Hmm.
okay to show gratitude during the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm grateful today for you being here and talking to me about menopause, and I'm grateful for everything you do,
Thank
for me, with me. We have a unique relationship,
you. Hmm.
and I'm extremely grateful for it.
Thank you. I'm grateful for you too.
Well, thank you for joining me today, Kia. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. See you in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us at the Three Moons, Three Souls podcast.